Ooh. Peace, peace, love and light, blessings to all. Okay, we are gonna get started. What we're talking about? We are talking about becoming. We're talking about self growth and inner healing. Um, it, as I always say, it's highly important for us to be the best that we can be. Okay, sometimes you may find yourself feeling stuck. In this world, we have been experienced a lot within this year of 2020. And for a lot of people, it's been difficult to adjust to. So, what I would say to you is the best thing for you to do is to go within self, and allow yourself to flow into who you truly are and who you are becoming. But first, you have to agree that you're going to allow yourself to become. No more restraints, no more restrictions, no more um, holding yourself back. You literally have to allow yourself to evolve. And what does that look like? It looks differently for different people. But a lot of the process is the same. So, first and foremost, you have to take the time to sit with self. And lately, there's been a lot of talk about, I've always encouraged this, meditation. And a lot of people don't know how to meditate. A lot of people are learning how to meditate. But the most important thing about meditation is realizing that you are not trying to quiet your thoughts or get rid of them. You want to flow within them and don't allow them to control you, but you get them under control. Meaning you get yourself into a state where you can literally see your thoughts. It takes a lot of quietness and getting yourself in that place. Practice being still. Once you can get into a system of for yourself of meditating daily, having that quiet time for yourself, then you can begin to start looking within more. When you look within more, it looks like you sitting within yourself and being alert, aware, with your eyes open. This is not a meditative state, although you will use the tools that you gain from your meditative state to help you in this moment of becoming. So you sit with yourself and you allow yourself to see your thoughts. You allow yourself to feel what it is that you feel, especially when interacting with other people. I find the best thing to do is to be in the present moment. No, not too much reflection within the past. Not so much focus on looking toward the future, but literally just being in the moment. Be in the moment and respond in the present. It may sound easy, but it's very difficult, but you can do it. What are examples of that? Okay, let's see. Let's say, I always like to use relationships as examples, but it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. Let's say it's a friendship. You're talking to a friend, and last week, your friend lied to you about something. Okay. And so this week, they're having a present moment conversation with you. And while they're talking, your mind goes back to last week. And before you even know it, you're reflecting in that moment. Allow yourself to feel however you felt in that moment because you're already reflecting on it, but do not respond with that anger or energy. Shift into the present moment and respond to them in the present moment. That's an example. Like I said, it's hard to do, but you can do it. A lot of times, life happens and we are disappointed or sidetracked by things that are actually going on in our lives, not realizing that we have a lot of control. I know you've probably heard all your life, there's only so much you can do, you only control so much. Yeah, but there's a lot that you do control. And the majority of it lies within you, within yourself. And so if you are allowing yourself to grow and to become your true self, and when I say your true self, I mean that self that you really don't know. Because there are ancient words of wisdom that says, know thyself. And how many of us actually take the time to get to know thyself? How many of us sit with ourselves from day to day? We know the ins and out of self. Do you talk to the self deep, deep, deep within that still exists from your childhood, that's still dealing with shit that you might not know about? Or, you know, you're feeling sometimes, but you're not dealing with it because you just don't. But, anyways, all of the idea of becoming is about being in the present moment. This whole experience of exploring new age ways, let's say, um, because we're in 2020 now, and by 2025, we will be completely in the flow of the age of the Aquarius, which is the Enlightenment Age. And that's why so many people are waking up consciously on another level. That's why a lot of people are unlearning things that they have been taught for centuries within Western culture, especially in America. Um, and they are turning toward a different truth. And that different truth lies within self. So they're seeking the truth outside of themselves, but from within, if that makes any sense. I know it's complicated. Um, a lot of times, if you can sit quiet, especially in nature, you can hear what you need to hear. You'll be able to see what you need to see. Sometimes ideas will come to you. Um, Literally, it'll be like a light bulb going off, and you can hear what you need to hear and see what you need to see. Creativity comes in cycles, and when you allow yourself the ability to grow and go within, you begin to realize that you are one with the universe. You're one with the universe, and you're one with humanity, and everything that you do consciously and unconsciously is a part of the universe and what's happening. So we're all interconnected, whether we realize it or not. So we want to be a positive influence in the conscious collective. Although we do realize that there is dark and light within both, is within the universe. You cannot have one without the other. It's the yin and the yang theory. Um, I just had a thought to use as an example. I don't use that as an example, but I will. So that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you'll be in a moment and you just have a thought, it'll come to you. So the thought is about children and the love and light of children, nurturing them, loving them, educating them, steering them, growing them in the right direction. That's the light side of that. The dark side of that is exploiting children, molesting them, raping them, using them for um, sex trafficking, child labor, things of that nature. There's always the flip side of everything. So that's the example. Um, Within the consciousness of the universe, there's the light and there's the dark. There's the good and the evil, as some would say. There's always that. So, if there's always that within the universe, then isn't there always that within ourselves? Yes, there is always that within ourselves. So, you have to be prepared to attend to the light and the darkness of yourself. How many of us are willing to go deep and deal with our shadow side? Are we willing to do that? Part of becoming is being able to see yourself in the light and in the dark and embrace it and walk through it and be it and truly allow yourself to become, because that's the only way you're going to grow and go forward, is if you allow yourself to become. So that is this inspiration tidbit for today. Just wanted to hop on here and share with you guys the importance of meditation, as always. Reflecting on how it can be a tool to be used in your process of becoming, knowing the importance of living and responding in present moment. Always respond in the present moment as much as possible, and allowing yourself to embrace new ways of thinking, unlearning and relearning. There's so many things that we've been taught within culture and within society that doesn't necessarily apply to our personal growth and our personal journey within this life. We have to find out what that personal purpose is for ourselves. Everybody has their own individual purpose of existing within this earth realm. So, in order for you to actually know that, you have to be in tune with self. When we come into this world, we're automatically coming in with impressions imposed upon us. Whatever's going on in that time and age or century of living, politics, and ways of living, all those things are imposed upon us as children. Our parents' thoughts and ideas and belief in their culture is imposed upon us. It's only until, well, as children, we begin to try to evolve and take on our own, literally be ourselves as we begin to understand this world that we are in. Yet for some of us, some experiences that we're exposed to and some child rearing that we um, have to partake in, it's not always the most productive for us, even though It is what it is, and we experience what we experience. It's all a part of our becoming. Um, but if we were truly able to be ourselves from the time that we entered into the earth, of course, we would be different. But there has to be structure, there has to be guidance. And as infant human beings, when we're coming in, we have to allow ourselves to be cared for by others. So there's that whole thing. Till you get into the state of being, when you can think for yourself, when you can choose for yourself, and when you can seek out truth for yourself and know that, look, there is purpose within this life, and I am here for a purpose. Now, let me find out what that purpose is. And when you get to that state, you begin to seek, you begin to look for things and answers. And a lot of times we begin to look outside of ourselves when naturally we can just start looking within. If we look within, we will gain a lot. Our spirit, our soul, our self will begin to show forth and show us things that we need to know about ourselves, guide us to resources that will help further explain where we are consciously within this realm of life, and essentially begin that process of us becoming. You know, everybody has their definitions of what becoming is, but to me, becoming is evolving into the greatest version of your true self. And the only way to do that is by truly going within and using the resources and the tools that's afforded to you to get comprehension and understanding of how this process works. And there are many of us around the world that have begun this process and are willing to share it with others because we know that just like us, people are seeking. We were once seeking. And so as we journey our journey, we are put in position to share that knowledge and that wisdom with those who come alongside, who are beginning their awakening. One of my mottos is to awaken, live, and inspire. So I have awakened, I am living, and I choose to inspire the world, whomever I may come across, with my own knowledge, wisdom, and experience that I have endured within this journey of life. So I've talked a lot longer than I really wanted to talk because I only wanted to be on here for a little while. But I hope that in the midst of my speaking, that you have gained some further understanding about your journey and that you begin to look within self. Take that time to sit quiet, alone, whether it's outside in nature or just in a quiet, still room, and close your eyes and meditate and allow your thoughts to be seen, literally. Um, don't allow them to consume you or overwhelm you, but just be and allow your spirit to guide you, your energy, your frequency, the flow of your being. Allow it to guide you in the midst of your meditation. It's oftentimes good to start off with like maybe flute music or singing bowls in the background, some kind of meditative state music that will help you, which can be found on YouTube. Just put in meditation music and it'll pull up all kind of stuff. Um, Maybe 5 minutes if you're not used to doing it for long periods of time. Just start somewhere and sit quiet within self. And the more that you begin to do it, the more that you'll be able to do it consistently without music, just in everyday living. There'll be times when you'll find yourself consciously meditating. Um, and there are different levels of it, of course. Um, But again, like I said, I hope that I have shared something that will enlighten you and help you along your way. The whole point of this soulspiration is to remind you to allow yourself to become. You are becoming. What are you becoming? That is the question. And in order for you to know that, you have to know thyself. And the only way for you to know thyself is to go within. The more that you become more aware of yourself, the more that you'll become more aware of your energy, your thoughts, and you can begin to control your responses and how you react to people. And that also helps the process of beginning to control your own reality because we create our reality um, with our thoughts, with our vibrations, and with our beliefs, and with um, our reactions. So that is my time for now. And I hope you have enjoyed this session of sharing of mine. Again, Soulspiration from Queen Kenya on becoming. What are you becoming? Do you know? Do you care? Do you want to grow forward and be the best that you can be? I want you to be the best that you can be. And I hope that you will desire to be the best that you can be. So, with that being said, peace, blessings, love, and light. Greatness in your journey of becoming.